Wait. Before you scroll past this video, I need you to see something that will change your entire life. If you've ever felt like you don't fit in anywhere, like people react to you differently for no reason, like you can sense things that others completely miss, then you might be one of the rare 3% of women who carry a spiritual gift that most people don't even know exists. But here's what nobody talks about. There are 7 hidden signs that prove you have this gift. And if you recognize even 3 of these signs in yourself, your whole life is about to make sense in ways you never imagined. I'm going to share something that spiritual teachers keep secret. Something that will finally explain why you feel so different from everyone around you. By the time this video ends, you'll know exactly what makes you special. And more importantly, you'll know what to do with these gifts. But first, hit that like button right now if you're ready to understand yourself at a deeper level. And comment, "I'm ready," so I know you're serious about this transformation. Trust me, what you're about to learn will change everything. Let's begin. Sign number 1. You feel people's energy before they even speak. Okay, I need you to be completely honest with me right now. Have you ever walked into a room and immediately felt something was wrong, even though everyone was smiling and acting normal? Have you ever met someone for the first time and felt this weird heaviness or darkness around them, even though they seemed perfectly nice? Or maybe you've felt someone's sadness or anger before they even opened their mouth. If you're nodding your head right now, listen carefully. This isn't just intuition. This is your spiritual gift working. Most people think emotions are invisible, but you can actually feel the energy coming off other people, like heat radiating from a fire. Let me tell you about Sarah. She came to me confused and scared because she could feel her husband's stress the moment he pulled into the driveway, before he even walked through the door. Her friends said she was paranoid. Her family called her crazy. But she wasn't crazy. She was gifted. Science is finally catching up to what you already know. Research shows that some people can actually detect electromagnetic fields from other human bodies. You're literally sensing their energy signature. Even in the Bible, Jesus demonstrated this gift. When that woman touched his cloak in the crowd, he immediately felt power leave his body. He sensed that energy exchange before anyone told him what happened. Here's how you know if you have this gift. You can walk into a store and immediately know which cashier is having a bad day. You feel exhausted after being around certain people, even when they were nice to you. You can sense when there's tension between couples, even when they're not fighting. You avoid certain places because they just feel heavy to you. If this sounds like you, type energy reader in the comments. I want to see how many of you are finally understanding this about yourselves. But wait until you hear sign number 2. This one might shock you. Sign number 2. Animals and babies are magnetically drawn to you. This might sound random, but stay with me because this is huge. Do random dogs come up to you on the street, even though you're not calling them? Do babies in grocery stores stare at you from across the aisle? Do little kids you've never met before start talking to you like you're their best friend? This isn't coincidence. Animals and babies can see spiritual energy that adults have trained themselves to ignore. I know a woman named Maria who was going through the darkest period of her life. Divorce, job loss, depression, everything was falling apart. But every single time she went outside, Stray cats would follow her home. Birds would land near her feet. Random children at the park would leave their parents to come sit next to her. Why? Because pure souls recognize pure souls. Animals don't lie. They don't pretend. They operate on pure energy and instinct. When they're drawn to you, it's because they can see the light in your spirit that others miss. This is biblical too. Remember how animals came to Noah without being forced. How Jesus was peaceful with wild animals in the wilderness. Spiritually gifted people have always had this connection with innocent creatures. If dogs come up to you, if cats appear at your door, if babies smile at you across rooms, if children trust you immediately, that's your spiritual light shining so bright that even the animal kingdom can see it. But here's where it gets interesting. Some of you are thinking, but wait, if I'm so spiritually gifted, why is my life so hard? Why do I face more problems than everyone else? That's actually sign number 3, and it's the most important one. Sign number 3, you face more challenges than most people. I'm about to tell you something that might sound harsh, but I need you to hear this. If your life has been harder than most people's lives, if you've faced more losses, more betrayals, more unexpected problems than the people around you, that's not bad luck. That's spiritual preparation. I know some of you are getting emotional right now. You're thinking, but why me? Why do I have to go through so much pain? Here's the truth. Diamonds are formed under extreme pressure. Gold is purified by fire. And spiritually gifted women are forged through trials that would completely break ordinary people. Look at every powerful spiritual figure in history. Moses fled Egypt as a murderer before he could lead Israel. David was hunted like an animal before he became king. Joseph was thrown in a pit and sold into slavery before he saved nations. Jesus himself was rejected, mocked, and killed before he rose again. Your struggles aren't punishment, they're preparation. Every time you chose forgiveness over revenge, you leveled up spiritually. Every time you chose hope over despair, you increased your spiritual capacity. Every time you kept going when others would have quit, you proved you could handle greater responsibility. Think about it this way. Would you trust someone who never faced hardship to guide you through your darkest moments? Would you follow someone who only knew good times? The universe doesn't give spiritual gifts to people who can't handle the weight of them. Your pain is proof that you're being prepared for something bigger than yourself. If you're watching this and thinking about a specific struggle you survived, type warrior in the comments. Let's show each other how strong we really are. But sign number 4 is where things get really interesting. Sign number 4. You dream things that actually happen. Okay. This one is going to make some people think I'm crazy, but I don't care. How many times have you dreamed about someone you haven't talked to in years, and then they call you the next day? How many times have you had a dream about a specific situation, and then it happened exactly like you saw it? How many times have you gotten a warning in a dream that helped you avoid a problem? If you're nodding right now, you're not losing your mind. You're accessing information from a higher source. Let me tell you about Jennifer. She told me she had a vivid dream about finding her grandmother as ring a ring she had never seen before in her life. 3 days later, while cleaning out her grandmother's house after she passed, she found the exact ring from her dream hidden in a small jewelry box. Coincidence? I don't think so. Quantum physics is proving that time isn't linear like we thought. Some people can access information from what we call the future, because everything is actually happening simultaneously at a quantum level. This is completely biblical. God spoke to people through dreams throughout Scripture. Daniel interpreted dreams that revealed the future. Joseph saw 7 years of famine in a dream and saved Egypt. Mary was visited by an angel in a dream. This is a documented spiritual gift. Maybe you dream about people before they contact you. Maybe you see places before you visit them. Maybe you get warnings that help you make better decisions. Maybe you receive messages from loved ones who have passed away. Not every dream is prophetic, but if you have a consistent pattern of meaningful dreams that connect to your real life, your spirit is receiving downloads from a higher realm. Comment "prophet" if you've experienced this. I want to see how many prophetic dreamers are watching right now. But sign number 5 might be the most misunderstood of all. Sign number 5. People either love you or hate you. There's no in-between. This one might sting a little, but I need you to understand something crucial. If people have extreme reactions to you for no clear reason, if some people are instantly drawn to you while others seem to dislike you before they even know you, that's not a personality problem. That's your spiritual light creating different reactions in different types of people. Think about it like this. You're like a bright flashlight in a dark room. People who want to see clearly are grateful for your light. People who prefer to stay in the darkness find your light uncomfortable and threatening. I know a woman named Lisa who told me she's never had casual surface-level friendships. People either become incredibly close to her or they avoid her completely. She thought something was wrong with her personality for years. But here's what was really happening. Her energy was so pure and authentic that it acted like a mirror. Good people saw their own potential reflected back and were drawn to her. People carrying guilt, shame, or negative energy felt exposed around her and instinctively pulled away. This happened to Jesus too. Some people dropped everything to follow him. Others plotted to kill him. There was no middle ground. Light naturally divides people into those who seek truth and those who hide from it. Sometimes the negative reactions aren't even about you personally. Spiritually gifted women often trigger jealousy in others without doing anything wrong. Your natural peace during storms, your ability to stay positive, your confidence in who you are, it highlights what others feel they lack in themselves. But here's the beautiful part. Every person who rejects you without cause is actually protecting you from their negative energy. The universe is filtering your connections to make sure you only attract people who serve your highest good. Stop trying to win over people who resist your energy. Stop making yourself smaller to make others comfortable. The right people will be drawn to your authentic light. Type polarizing if this describes your experience with people. Let's normalize having strong energy that creates strong reactions. Sign number 6 might explain why you feel like an outsider even in your own family. Sign number 6. You feel different from your own family. This is probably the hardest one to talk about because it touches on something really personal. Do you love your family but feel like you're from a completely different world? Do they not understand your dreams, your sensitivity, your way of seeing life? Do family gatherings leave you feeling drained and misunderstood instead of loved and supported? If you're feeling guilty right now for relating to this, please stop. There's nothing wrong with you, and there's nothing wrong with your family. You're just operating on different spiritual frequencies. In spiritual communities, we talk about old souls, people who have lived many lifetimes and carry wisdom that doesn't match their current circumstances. Sometimes old souls are born into families that are spiritually younger, and that creates this feeling of not belonging. But here's the deeper truth. You weren't placed in your family by accident. You were placed there on purpose. Your job isn't to fit in perfectly. Your job is to raise the spiritual vibration of your entire family line. Look at Jesus. His own family didn't understand his mission at first. In the Bible, it actually says his family thought he was losing his mind. Even the most spiritually gifted person in history felt misunderstood by the people closest to him. You might be the first person in your family to break generational patterns of fear, anger, or limitation. You might be the bridge between old ways of thinking and new spiritual wisdom. You might be the healer your family line has been waiting for. I met a woman whose entire family was focused only on making money and gaining status, but she felt called to help people heal emotionally. For years, she thought she was being selfish or ungrateful. Then she realized she was actually the spiritual pioneer the family needed. Many spiritually gifted women carry guilt about outgrowing their families. You might feel like you're being disloyal or ungrateful, but spiritual growth isn't betrayal. You can love people deeply and still recognize that you're on different paths. You don't have to choose between loving your family and honoring your gifts. You can do both, but you might need to love them from a healthier emotional distance sometimes. If this touched something deep in your heart, type "Family Outsider" in the comments. Let's support each other through this common experience. Now, the final sign is the most powerful one, and it might explain why you feel so deeply. Sign number 7. You can't ignore pain, even when it's not yours. The last sign might be the heaviest, but it's also the most beautiful. You see a homeless person on the street and your heart literally aches. You watch the news and feel the pain of complete strangers. You cry during movies, not because they're sad, but because you actually feel everything the characters are feeling. People tell you you're too sensitive or you care too much. They say you need to toughen up or not take everything so personally. But what if I told you this isn't a weakness? What if this is actually your greatest superpower? Spiritually gifted women are often natural empaths. You don't just feel sorry for others, you literally feel their emotions in your own body. This happens because your spirit is connected to the universal web of consciousness that links all living things. Jesus felt the suffering of others so deeply that he wept over entire cities. He carried the emotional weight of all humanity. This level of compassion is a Christ-like quality that not everyone possesses. Yes, feeling everything can be exhausting. Yes, it can make you want to hide from the world sometimes. But this gift also makes you a natural healer, counselor, and source of comfort for others. I know women who started charities because they couldn't ignore poverty. Women who became nurses because they felt called to ease physical pain. Women who became therapists because they naturally understood emotional suffering. Your sensitivity isn't a character flaw that needs to be fixed. It's a spiritual gift that the world desperately needs. But here's what's crucial. You must learn to protect your energy. You can care deeply without carrying everyone else's pain. You can help others without completely draining yourself. People with this gift are here to help heal the world's emotional wounds. But you can't pour from an empty cup. Learning to balance deep compassion with healthy boundaries is part of mastering this gift. If you recognize this in yourself, type empath in the comments. Let's celebrate the sensitive souls who make the world more compassionate. Now, if you saw yourself in 3 or more of these signs, what I'm about to tell you will change your entire perspective. So let me ask you something really important. How many of these signs did you recognize in yourself? If it was 3 or more, you are not just different. You are here for a specific spiritual purpose that this world desperately needs right now. These gifts aren't random. They're not accidents. They're not burdens. You have them because the universe chose you to carry light in dark places. Your sensitivity is needed in a harsh world. Your intuition is needed in a confused world. Your ability to feel deeply is needed in a disconnected world. Your challenges prepared you to help others through their challenges. But here's what I need you to understand. Having these gifts is just the beginning. The real question is, what are you going to do with them? Are you going to keep hiding them because other people don't understand? Are you going to keep apologizing for being different? Are you going to keep trying to fit into boxes that were never meant for you? Or are you going to step into your power and start using these gifts to make the impact you were born to make? The world doesn't need another copy of someone else. The world needs the original, authentic, spiritually gifted you. If this video opened your eyes to who you really are, I need you to do something right now. First, hit that like button to help other spiritually gifted women find this message. Second, subscribe and turn on notifications because I'm creating more content specifically for women like you who are ready to step into their spiritual power. Third, share this video with someone who needs to hear it. There's a woman in your life who's been feeling lost, feeling different, feeling like something's wrong with her. Send her this video and let her know she's not alone. And in the comments type, "I am gifted," if this resonated with your soul. Let's build a community of spiritually gifted women who support each other instead of hiding from the world. Your gifts are needed. Your light is needed. Your unique perspective is needed. It's time to stop hiding and start shining. I'll see you in the next video, where we'll talk about how to develop these gifts even further. Until then, remember who you are. You're not broken. You're not too much. You're not crazy. You're spiritually gifted, and the world needs what you carry. God bless you, beautiful soul.